What's up, YouTube? Sleeper from Sleepless Records Inc. And I'm making this before I make this video. Do me a favor and go to that little red button that says subscribe and press it because you'll be able to get all of my tips and all of my updates up to date if you do, and you'll be able to keep up with everything. Today, I'm actually doing a video on quality, I guess I would call it quality of producing a song or a beat or whatnot. One huge tip towards to making the final quality really, really clear and really, really in your face, you know. So I had this problem for a long time, and I'm gonna go through the processes of everything of how to I guess how to master stuff would be what it is, and how to mix them and how to master them, or and something of that sort. So what I have right now is my Fruity Loops, and on this Fruity Loops, let me pull up a beat so I can show you what I'm talking about. I don't know. Let's hear what this one is. Okay, so we got this beat, right? And it's real clear. You can hear all of the instruments real clean and everything. Okay, now the reason why you're probably wondering, oh wow, why are you telling me this? My fault. Okay, when you come and you go to your mixer right here, and everybody's mixer looks different, but this is just in general. I have, okay, see this Slayer sound right here? It's a plugin, and oh wow, I guess this one isn't the best example for it, but okay, I don't have none of these programmed to it, but what you could do is let me pull up a different beat. I'm sorry guys, but let me find a good beat. Okay, here's a different beat. Okay. Okay. So now what I have on this beat is I have all of my instruments right here. So these are where all of my instruments are. And every instrument has its own line, and they're on each pattern that separates in pattern 1, pattern 2, all the way over here. And then on my mixer, this is where my main page or whatever, wherever I put one of these squares is where that sample of the last page will play. So that's why you see some squares someplace and some squares not, because I don't want the kick to come in or the snare to come in at the beginning until it gets to a certain spot, and then I want it to come in. But that's not really what this is all about. When you come to here, see I have over here effects 11 on this page. Okay. This page I have, oh, there's not an effect on that one. This one is 10. My snare would be 2. Okay, well, anyways, that effects is the effects that I have sent to my mixer. Okay, so you can see effects 2, effects 3, effects 4. So them are the effects that I have on each instrument line. Okay, and each of them have a separate one. Some of them only have an equalizer, and some of them have an effect. Like that has a stereo enhancer. That one has a bass boost. But a lot of them just have an equalizer, because on my master is where I have another reverb and another enhancer and then another equalizer and my compressor. Okay, we're going to get to that in a minute. To make your drums sound really clean, what you want to do is on your line, you want to get some kind of equalizer. Okay, so here's my equalizer, and this has the top halves are real deep, and then towards the bottom it cuts off, kind of. But I don't know if this is for the bass anyways, but I'm just using it as an example. So you equalize it, that's going to bring out the higher quality. Then I brought a stereo enhancer, which enhances the wideness of it, but it also, you could put a reverb. I put the reverb on the main one, and we'll get to that. That's later on, kind of. So these are the lines. Let's say that all of these instruments are vocals. Okay, so you made your beat. Okay, let's stick with the beat part first. Sorry for getting so far ahead. Okay, we'll stick with the beat. Okay, so you got all these lines. You have all the instruments. Just, you have them leveled and everything. To get them in your face, what you want to do is you want to, on your master, you want to add a compressor. Because the compressor is what's going to blend it all together. See, watch, I'll play with the compressor. And then I'll press the compressor off. We'll see if you can tell the difference. See, and you can see on all of these lines where the effects come in for each instrument. And all the compressor is going to do is get all of these lines and compress it together. So, turn it off. You can hear it's kind of, things are background further. When it's on, the instruments come out and they sound more, just more in your face, more level to zero. Everything just sounds more in your face. So that's the compressor. That's what you want to do with your beat to keep it leveled and keep everything from redlining and all that kind of stuff. We'll go through that in another video about redlining and not wanting to clip it and levelers and gates. But right now, the important part to this is if you want good quality, you need an equalizer. Some reverb will work good, only a little bit. And that compressor is the hugest part. That's what this whole video is about, is the compression. Compressor is what's gonna, I learned this the hard way. I had everything but the compression. And let's see. We'll get out of here. We don't need to save them, and we'll open up my recording program, because this is what I'm getting to. Is all right. I showed you how the beat works. Each instrument, you got to put them together, right? You record them, or you put the waves together, and then at the end you compress them. Okay. On this, when you're making a song, because the first thing, if you want good quality, you got to make the beat good quality. So that's what you got to do: equalize, compress. Remember, equalize, compress. On this one, and this is the importance of compressing. It's not how to compress, all right? This is just the importance of it. If you want the video of how to compress, I'll make that one another day, and I'll upload that one so that you guys can actually see that one too. But okay, so we have this song. It's called I Can't Say Where I'll Go. It's me featuring Mean Mug featuring me. It's off of our CD that we were making. So it's got a different beat, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So I'll skip to where the verse comes in. Okay. So, all right. And here's where we're going to work with, is on this verse right here, okay? And what I'll do is I'll mute out the voice, or the beat. So the beat is muted up here. Now all we got, and I'll turn on my loop. Okay, my loop's already on. So this is what we got. Okay, and we'll focus on the main. Because I throw one on the main, you can see it's centered. And then I have this one, it goes to the right. And then this one, it goes to the left. And that's how I might make my verses. Every now and again, I'll throw another one underneath with my ad-libs or with my rhymes. Okay, but this one we're gonna leave, or we're gonna mute this one because it's to the left. We'll mute this one because it's the right, and we'll focus on this one. All right. So now we got this one, and it's. I spit, rolled over on the shit, and I don't wanna. Okay, now we'll open. Let me open up my equalizer for this page. All right, and the first thing I did, you notice, here's my equalizer. Okay, so without these, let me turn everything off. My reverb. Okay. So everything's off now. Without this, this is what the wave sounds like. Okay, plain. Okay. Now when I throw on these effects or this equalizer, because that's all it is an equalizer, you're gonna hear the difference. Okay. So I'll play it and then I'll turn them on and off so that you can hear the difference. So you can already hear it. I've been rolling for the top. Okay, let's. Okay, sorry. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so that's what the equalizer did, was bring up your vocals and kind of clean them up. It gives you your tone that you want, all right? Now you got your reverb, you turn your reverb on. And you just want a light reverb, that's why mine is so low, it's not so high, but when you put that on, see, you can hear the difference, it adds a fullness. I spit, rolled over on the shit, and I don't wanna stomp in about the head. I'm so drunk when you're drunk in my words like this. You feel me? Oh really? About that, roll up in there, somebody. See, and that sounds pretty good right there, but with the beat, the dynamics, it just ain't in your face. So the minute you turn on this compressor, or you work with your compressors, then listen to the difference. Hey, come get me, babe, on my eyes go silly. Where's chilly? Oh, really? While these lawyers come build me. See me, can hit me, somebody. People don't dance no more, they did. Holler out loud and pump their fists. Then they flip out to my heads. And all it does is it gets all of these dynamics right here, and it compresses them kind of together as one, so that your voice doesn't peak out, because right here you have your levels. Let me see, right here is your levels, and you can see when it's playing. See it? And the last thing you want to do is peak, so you don't want that running and hitting red. And what your compressor does is, anywhere where this is leveling up and any vocals that are down here, all it does is compress them together and level them at the same level so that everything's leveled. So I'll let you hear the dry vocals with nothing on, and then with all of the compression on, and you could hear the difference, okay, and the reverbs. And this is what I'm saying, this is how you want your vocals to be clean. So I spit, rolled over on the shit, and I don't wanna stomp in about the head. I'm so drunk when you're drunk in my words like this. You feel me? Oh really? While then roll up in there. Somebody come get me before my eyes go silly. Where's chilly? Oh, and when the beat's in, while these lawyers come build me. See me, can hear me, somebody. See, and then I'll turn them off so you hear the difference. And then on. So compression off. Compression on. See how important when I just play with the compression, because I got two compressors on here, because if you learn to play with the compressors right, then you can compress. And the reason why I got that second compressor is because, okay, I have my beat up here, I have my line, this line's compressed, this line's compressed separately, this line's compressed. So all of these lines are compressed separately with the first compressor right here. Okay, with this compressor right here, that's what all of these lines are, a separate compressor. on that line or on that plugin. I don't know if that makes sense. It's kind of confusing, but this is if you're advanced, or if you understand it, then you'll understand what I'm saying. Now, with this other compressor that I have right here, this is what I used to compress this whole thing right here. This whole shebangle, the whole thing, you know? That's going to compress all of this into one. And that's what that second compressor is for. So you can hear the difference on that one. Watch. And let me put these voices back in and we'll play it. Watch. And let me turn off this compressor now. See, you can hear the difference. With it on. Off. On. So what your compression actually does is mount your song kind of together to make it sound like one piece. Basically, yeah, that's what it does. And it brings out everything and levels it to zero. It puts everything in your face. So I'm sorry if this video didn't help you, or if it did, then like I said, comment, like it, definitely hit that subscribe button, and I'll be dropping some more stuff all the time, just so that you guys can have free knowledge, because everybody's charging for stuff nowadays, and I'm gonna give away a lot of free stuff too, and I'm just trying to get my music heard and my beats heard, and the rest is kind of irrelevant right now, you know. So I'm not trying to sell people on information and all this stuff right now. What I'm trying to do is sell my beats and sell my music. So that's how I master my stuff, or one huge tip to making it sound clear is compression. And like I said, you want reverb, and you can use a small delay if you want, but other than that, you don't need too much. You don't need an auto tuner. You don't need all of these huge different things. Equalizers and compressors. Remember, the compressor is gonna melt it all together, make it sound all one, you know. And yeah, basically I learned everything except for compression. I learned compression last, and that was like maybe a month ago. I've been doing music for 16 years, making my own music, and nobody went out of their way to help me and say, oh, you know what you need in your music is a compressor, or you need to do this, you need to do that. Nobody. They just looked at me like I was whatever, whack or whatever. And yeah, basically that's how we're gonna leave it. Compress, a heavy compression, because after that, when you take this file and you export it to your WAV file, and that's the one that you're gonna get to be mastered, because right now I call this part of the mixing stage, and the mastering is when you take your main wave of the song as it's already been compressed and everything, you take that to a master engineer, and they'll equalize it, and they'll put another compressor on it, because compression is good when you know how to use it in the right way. You can use a lot of compression, but you need to use it right. And they'll compress it, they'll add some equalizers, they'll add another reverb if they have to, and they'll make sure all of your dynamics of all of your frequencies are all at the same level. So that's basically what they do. But if this video helped you, then yeah, subscribe, like, comment, tell your friends about it, whatever. Sleepa from Sleepless Records Inc. And have a good day, YouTube. Peace out.